Welcome to a Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and continuing my Theodore Sturgeon deep dive with his 14th story, this again for the McClure Newspaper Syndicate. Story titled Her Choice. We are Telltale Books, bringing you the best in literature, literary topics, and graphic design and bookmaking.
If you want to support us, you can find us on Etsy and Pango, where you can find gently used, rare, and even top quality used books.
And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and maybe even that bell to be notified when new videos go live.
Thanks for joining us.
Her Choice is a short story, very short story, published with the McClure Newspaper Syndicate, meaning it was offered to newspapers all around the nation, for July 8th, 1939. The story is another romantic comedy, another one involving very well-to-do people. This time you got three guys, one girl. The three guys all want the same girl. And the title, Her Choice, is because they kind of leave it up to her to choose, but they don't really let her choose because they trick each other into getting more time with the girl so that she would get to know and get to like one of them better than the rest. So they're kind of controlling the situation, which, would have been nicer if it really would have been her choice. My opinions: very short story, very short opinions, very short video review. It's a clever little romantic comedy, and this is like the third or fourth in a row that qualifies as a romantic comedy. And it's getting a little stale in my opinion. I mean, this is just as good as all the others that I've covered. Just as well written, just as fun to read. But I really want to see him move on from this theme of rich kids falling in love. It's getting tired. Interesting tidbit about the story is that Sturgeon submitted it for a 4th of July story, but because it didn't have anything overtly patriotic to it, other than that they all went on a picnic, it was delayed till July 8th, and a different story was used for July 4th, one that had more overtly patriotic content. So that's Her Choice. That's number 14. And I didn't write down here what number 15 is, but number 15 will be another McClure Syndicate story. Have you ever read Her Choice? What did you think? Leave your comments in the comments section. I love to hear them. Come on back for more. We're inching closer and closer to Sturgeon's first science fiction sale, although I'm not going to do a new video. I've already done a video review for Ether Breather, and you can refer to that, even though I mispronounce it. Sorry. You can refer to that video if you want to learn more about that one. And I also did Butyl in the Breather, which was published a year later. So there's 2 of his science fiction stories that have already been covered. So I'm going to be continuing these McClure stories for like the next 5 or 6 videos. And then we'll finally start getting into some fantastical content. I believe the first one we get to after Ether Breather is one that he sold to Unknown magazine. So definitely come on back and join us for that. I'll be doing all the Theodore Sturgeon I can get my hands on, and I've got most of it, of course. I've got this entire series of books. This is only Volume 1, The Ultimate Egoist. Volume 1 of the complete stories of Theodore Sturgeon. And we're about halfway through it. And then there are, 13 volumes total, I think, 13 or 14. I'm going to go through all those. He wrote a few novels. I'll do those too. I have all of them or all but one. I'm not sure. And then, well, then there's a couple of. There's his tie-in book to Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. I want to get a hold of that because I still want to include it, even though it's not. It's not really going to be Sturgeon's writing. It's a movie tie-in. I mean, it's his writing, but it's somebody else's script, somebody else's story, somebody else's ideas, and he just wrote the novelization for it. But I still want to do that. And a couple of Star Trek episodes. I want to get a hold of the. I don't know how I'm going to handle those. If I'll talk about the actual episode, or I could read the James Blish novelization of the episodes. But those aren't written by Sturgeon, they're written by Blish. Sturgeon wrote the screenplay, so I don't know, maybe I should talk about the actual TV episode instead of trying to mix up authors. Save Blish for Blish. Anyway, I hope you'll come on back and watch all the videos we do here on Telltale Books. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You'll see me in the next video.